Although GoPro state their latest and greatest Hero 13 Black is packed with changes, it looks the same, even has all the same internals as last year's model with generally the same settings and features. Saying that, there are some notable developments that could make this a rather sizable upgrade, depending upon how you intend to use it of course. The GoPro Hero 13 Black. So while GoPro are calling this an all-new design, it looks the same as last year's model, and the couple of years before that too in fact. It's still just a GoPro. It looks like a GoPro, and the design changes on face value are minimal. You've got the small colour LCD on the front, which is beneficial for selfie content, alongside the main lens itself, which is still removable thankfully, and a new heatsink just below the lens with an integrated microphone pinhole. GoPro's attempt at trying to keep the camera running cool following all the high temperature issues of the past. Otherwise, the shutter button is on the top and the modem power button is on the side. The bottom incorporates the main mounting options, namely a 1/4" thread as well as the folding fingers, while the remaining side has a door to access the battery, charging port and micro SD card slot. Finally, around the back we retain the larger touchscreen display, no changes there either, although personally I do prefer the larger flip-up style screen on the Ace Pro, which has proved itself to be rather rugged in its own right, instead of GoPro's smaller dedicated front-facing screen. Insta360 took the chance to do something new here, something different, and it works. Whereas GoPro's design is still very similar, if not almost identical to the predecessors. Saying that, it's a design that has become iconic, and so most will likely be perfectly fine with the lack of change here. It worked well before, and it does so here too. And that goes for the user interface as well. Upon switching the camera on and stepping through the initial setup, there's no annoying activation, but you will find you still need to take a good 5 to 10 minutes going through the setup and connect to the GoPro Quick app straight away in order to apply the latest firmware updates, designed to give you the most out of your new camera. It did take longer than I had expected, but leave it to do its thing and it'll get there eventually. It's generally an otherwise seamless experience. Once complete, we find a very familiar menu structure which has been tweaked and refined a little, making it just as easy to use as before. Settings are refreshingly easy to access and change, no issues there at all. While it isn't as colourful and inky as some of the competing cameras, it's bright and easy to view outdoors. Touch sensitivity is as nice as it was with the Hero 12, and just as snappy, partly thanks to that GP2 chip, and we have all the normal swiping gestures that we've become accustomed to, so nothing new there. Of course, we still have the GoPro app, and if you have an iOS device, you'll get a slightly better experience than before. The live view takes a moment to get going, but works perfectly well in providing a low-res image while remotely controlling the unit, as well as providing the ability to change settings. Switching between different modes is refreshingly quick and easy too, and while everything feels just as sleek and smooth as before, when compared to the likes of Insta360 with their full-on, feature-rich AI-infused app, GoPro's version does feel a little lacking. Even so, it does the basics with camera control and does it pretty well. When it comes to actual video quality, well, there's a reason why GoPro have always been that go-to camera for comparisons. They set the benchmark before, and they continue to set the benchmark here. General GoPro capture quality is amazingly good under well-lit conditions. There's very little to fault here. Saying that, GoPro fans who are hoping for 8K video or a new bigger sensor in the Hero 13 Black are going to be disappointed right now. That's because GoPro's latest flagship, which comes 12 months after the Hero 12 Black remember, is largely the same as its predecessor, inside at least. There's still the 8x7 aspect ratio sensor with 5.3K video and 27 megapixel photos, industry-leading hyper-smooth stabilization, and waterproofing up to 10 meters. You'll even get all that in the older, again, Hero 11 Black. There is a new HLG HDR mode for those who need it, and frame rates have practically doubled across all shooting modes though, thanks to a new burst slow-mo mode, which will capture incredibly high frame rate videos for just a few seconds. In real-world use, these modes are useful for capturing specific moments in ultra-slow motion, but they do demand significant processing time before the camera can be used again, so they're not practical in all situations. On a positive note, I'm pleased to see the return of the GPS abilities, which was a missing feature from the Hero 12 Black and takes GoPro off the naughty step. As before, in addition to being able to tag your videos and photos with the location data, users can add real-time data such as speed, altitude, and G-force embedded in videos. It's a dream feature for extreme sports lovers and other active types, enabling you to track performance and convey your actual speed, which might otherwise not come across so well in footage. Otherwise, the camera is more of the same, internally at least. Instead, GoPro have concentrated their efforts on some external developments this time round. The first and biggest point to unpack is lens mods specific for the Hero 13. While the concept is nothing new, GoPro has expanded the range with a new Hero Black series of lenses and equipped the Hero 13 Black with auto detection skills too. These include an ultra-wide mod, similar to the max lens mod of the predecessor, a range of ND filters, and a macro lens mod, which I think is the biggest of them all, since it allowed the GoPro to focus in as close as 11 centimeters. It even has a manual focus ring, where at its infinity position feels a lot like a regular camera, albeit with a slightly tighter field of view. This is the lens mod that opens up the Hero 13 Black to all new kinds of content creators. Talking of content creators, those creating their next blockbuster movie will anticipate the new anamorphic lens too, not available upon launch but instead coming soon. We'll take a look at these mods in more detail in separate video reviews. So, other than the lens mods, GoPro have finally adopted the magnetic mounting system that has pretty much become standard with DJI and Insta360 over the years now. It's much quicker than GoPro's legacy screw-in approach, while being just as secure and reliable. Saying that, you don't get one included in the box though, you actually have to buy that yourself, which is unfortunate, but you do still keep the 1/4" 20 thread and fingers as well though, meaning you effectively get 3 ways of mounting the Hero 13 Black to accessories. Sticking with magnetic mounting for a moment, there's also a new Contacto accessory. This replaces the standard battery door and offers on-the-go magnetic charging without compromising the waterproofing of the camera. Again, all accessories will be taking a more detailed look at upcoming videos, although one final point to note is with the increased battery capacity and physical size too. The Hero 13 Black comes with a 10% higher capacity 1900 mAh battery, delivering up to 1.5 hours continuous 5.3K video recording, or up to 2.5 hours of 1080p video. It's a new Enduro battery that isn't backwards compatible with previous generation models, nor are existing Enduro batteries forwards compatible with the Hero 13 Black, since the battery unit is physically bigger and contacts are in a slightly different place. So if you have a Hero 12 Black or earlier and are thinking of upgrading, note that your existing batteries are no good here. It's always a shame when you need to reinvest in new batteries when upgrading to the latest model. However, the improvement in performance is welcome, and GoPro has been able to keep the external dimensions of the Hero 13 Black the same as before, meaning that existing accessories such as the media mod, mounts and skins do remain compatible. Otherwise though, perhaps GoPro is running out of ideas, or maybe it's already hit the peak of action camera tech, but even so, while this update might seem underwhelming at first, GoPro has managed to elevate its flagship model without needing to shake things up too much. It's now much more versatile, and while the lens mods and accessories will cost a fair bit, they make the camera attractive to a now much wider audience. It can be an awesome tool for a parent to capture their family, an affordable tool for content creators and vloggers, or part of a professional kit on the latest TV show with that upcoming anamorphic lens, giving you an ecosystem that can get you all kinds of shots that aren't possible with another camera without a much higher outlay. For me though, the Insta360 Ace Pro still nudges ahead as a better all-rounder with superior low-light capture, saying that if you want slightly better battery life and the quick convenience of magnetic mounting, plus the added versatility of the new lenses, the Hero 13 Black is ideal. However, if those new accessories are of little interest, then there's nothing new considering it's using the same sensor and same internals as the predecessor, in which case you'll be best served giving this a miss and taking a look at the Hero 12, or the now very strong competition instead.